A newborn may recognize his mother's scent soon after birth, her touch and her voice a little bit later, but it's not until 3 or 4 months have passed that a baby will finally recognize his mother's face. And then the fun really begins.
When Kira sees me, normally she, will throw her hands up in the air and giggle and laugh, and it gives me a warm, feeling because it makes me feel like she's, real happy, and makes me feel like, she knows who I am.
But the flip side of recognizing faces she knows is that a baby will eventually begin recognizing faces she doesn't know.
By 8 months of age, it's very common for children to become upset or cry around strangers or when their familiar caregivers leave.
Kira is hitting her milestones early. At 7 months, she's already a bit unnerved by strangers.
She's clingy. She'll grab onto our shirt, or she'll grab onto, any part of us that she can get a hold of that will let us know that she's uncomfortable. She wants to be close to you. She doesn't want, don't give me away. Don't leave me.
Children are constantly changing, and every day their experience is different, so they're learning from their experience. It's not surprising for a child to, for example, warm up to somebody the first time they meet them, and the second time to be more shy and anxious.
But overcoming a fear of strangers is only half the battle. The other half? Dealing with mom or dad's departure.
Kids that can crawl and creep and walk, that's when they start following you around. And they may really have a big outburst or protest when they know you're leaving.
This kind of separation anxiety usually peters out by age 2. But 2 years is a long time to be tiptoeing out of the house. Luckily, there are a few tricks that can help your child cope. Before you leave, make sure she's well fed and rested. If you're leaving her somewhere new, spend a few minutes playing with her in the new environment. Reassure her that you'll be back later, but don't make a fuss about leaving. When the moment of departure arrives, have the sitter create a distraction.
There's no evidence at all that separations are harmful to a young child as long as they're having experience with a known familiar caregiver and are able to develop a strong relationship with them. But probably the happiest, most secure child is the one that has constant access to the caregiver for the first few months of their life.
How big is Kira?